Welcome everyone to Monday Night. No, I'm just kidding. Welcome everyone to the PW Fan, the ultimate pro wrestling podcast created by fans for fans. This is episode 158. I am your host, collector, barber, musician, and most importantly, a professional wrestling podcaster. Talk Wrestling, Tim Gilbert.
And I'm your host, the Architect of Pro Wrestling Podcast, Booker Andy.
I'm also host of the No Selling Wrestling Indie Fan and Football Lover, Jeremy.
Well, we had to take last week off. This is a little bit of a catch-up week, and then also we're dropping the episode, or we're recording the. Well, if Jeremy's not busy, it's Christmas Eve, all right?
I was going to say, this is our Christmas episode as well.
Yeah, the Christmas extravaganza. Santa Claus is coming to town. The menorah's out. Happy Kwanzaa. All right. Before we get started on this week's episode, go to youtube.com/thepwfanpod, where we kindly ask you to subscribe. Find us on all other social media. Looks like we'll only be on TikTok a bit longer for its inevitable shutdown.
It's not gonna go away. There's no way.
It's going. Oh, it's
no.
People are heartbroken. You can find us at the PW Fan across all social media platforms. And if you want to support us by getting a t-shirt, go to prowrestlingtees.com/the PW Fan. All right. Well, I'm going to pass it over to the captain of this shit, the MVP, Michael Jordan.
All righty. I thought I was waiting for another name. I was like, all right. I was like, we ended with Michael Jordan. All right, so this week we're gonna quickly go over last week's Saturday night's main event. We're gonna be talking about we're gonna continue on with the Continental Classic across AEW, and we're gonna be talking about the CM Punk Seth Rollins promo and brawl and much more. So let's get into it. Saturday night's main event we should have covered last week, but we weren't doing this. So no title changes, except for we did have the first ever women's United States champion, Chelsea Green. Very happy.
Finally.
She ended up winning. About time they gave her something, all I kept ever reading was how, happy they were with what she's doing. Like backstage producers and all that, they were happy with her work. But as the old school wrestling fan, Tim, how'd you think the presentation, everything about it?
I loved it.
Give me your thoughts.
That's why I did the welcome everyone in the beginning. The who shall not be named. That big intro voice. But no, I love the red, white, and blue ropes. And not because of America. It's just like the throwback look to it. I really enjoyed. I like the rampway and how it was minimal, but they still kept it modern. With the modern.
The Titantron was that simple old school one with just the logo above.
I really liked, and I don't know why. There's nobody like him. Like that Jesse the Body doing the
main event
comment. It was but then also just doing his little commentary in the beginning was so good.
Yeah, he also just has a great voice in general.
Yeah,
when commentating,
I like that he kept it true. Which funny is kids are smart. I probably give him more credit. I was one of these kids too, especially now with the network, they can go back and watch stuff. But he kept it classic to. He's a heel announcer, so which you don't get a lot of anymore. Besides Corey Graves, but he doesn't really.
Yeah, it's not the same.
But yeah, he just was oh, Kevin Owens, blah, 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 why he's a scumbag and all this stuff. And I was oh, this is different. So I liked it.
We also had the refs with the old school look. Mm-hmm. Blue shirt, bow tie.
Liked that
but
a lot.
The big thing was, how'd you feel finally seeing Cody walk out with the winged eagle?
Looked great. I wish it wasn't the replica. That could have been nice if they had done something to make it
from the warehouse.
Yeah.
Well, so it's how it kind of ended. It seemed like they're going to keep it for a little bit.
So when it, quote unquote, went off air, Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes and dude, the crowd was chanting, "You deserve."
See, everyone eventually turns on Cody. It's so funny.
Dude, the crowd was chanting, "You deserve it." And Kevin Owens took the belt, and he's going to be touring with it. They showed him this past SmackDown with it. So he's going to be having it for a while for the little time.
He's like saying he's saying like I'm the champ kind of thing.
Yeah.
I guess.
Dude,
and so
they're turning on him. They turned on him.
Dude, they were like, "You deserve it." I was like, "Oh no, man. Oh no."
This is what happened to Cena.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. But Cody's going to be like Homelander from the Boys show.
They should really play into that,
dude,
honestly.
Yeah.
Like he'll like turn heel but still think he's a good guy sort of thing.
Now Saturday night's main event, they're going to do it again soon, I think.
Yeah. They announced
they
I think another one.
It's not like a once a year thing. They're going to be doing it every once in a while.
I tell you what, really I definitely want some more of that. All right, give me some more.
But it was fun. It felt like a mini pay-per-view.
Everybody's just like, okay.
It felt like a mini pay-per-view. I enjoyed Braun Breaker retaining. That Intercontinental Championship match was good.
Yeah.
But let's get into Dynamite. Dynamite was a holiday bash. We had Mercedes Moné retaining against Anna Jay. We had an MJF.
Can I just say,
yeah.
Can I just say AEW, like Dynamite and Collision at least, I thought were actually decent this week.
Collision was surprisingly, like, Dynamite's been like pretty good lately, but Collision was much better than
the other ones before. Yeah.
This MJF promo, he came out in like that full, I think he's worn it before, the full like Hanukkah suit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And dude, he had a picture of Adam Cole up there that was photoshopped to make him look skinnier than normal. He looked like
a little kid.
Like Steve Rogers from Captain America before the serum got into him.
Yeah.
Dude, it was rough. I was like, holy shit. Like, it did not look good.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Adam Cole would eventually pop up on a video, and it turned out to be a pre-tape video because Adam Cole came up from behind and went after MJF. After that, I mean, everyone's saying that they're burying him already. Ricochet coming out and doing a promo, and then MVP and Bobby Lashley coming out, and the Hurt Syndicate just fucking they rip up his card that they gave him, and they
Bobby
just
Lashley
choke him out.
Holds him like a child by his neck.
Dude, everyone's like, "Wow, they're burying him already." Like, what the fuck?
I think it's because we'll see it, like, I'll talk about on Collision as well, but like when he came out and everything, like he's definitely I think gonna be a heel.
We'll talk about like how people are reacting to him.
Yeah.
But this led into Shelton Benjamin defeating the Beast Mortos. This was a Continental Classic Blue League match. Afterwards, Mark Briscoe and Daniel Garcia tried to save Beast Mortos from an attack. And this could have been the main event, but it wasn't. But we had another Continental Classic Gold League match in which, Darby Allin defeated Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay's been losing.
I know. He went from like winning constantly to just losing.
Yeah, he's been losing. This was a really good match, though. It stole the show.
It was really good.
And then the main event was the Death Riders taking on Orange Cassidy, Jay White, and Hangman Adam Page. Death Riders would end up winning this tag team match because mainly Jay White and Adam Page could not get on the same page and were seen arguing.
Page.
Only thing from Rampage, Continental Classic Gold League, we had Brody King defeating Commander, and I just read right before the podcast that Rampage will be done for the foreseeable future after the 27th. This coming Rampage is the last
Finally.
one.
About damn time.
I know. They didn't need that show forever.
Yep. Tony Khan says it's the last time.
Finally, just admit defeat on that.
Yeah.
It's just a waste. I don't know, man.
It started, look.
It did start really nice.
It started good. It was exciting. It was like a new show.
Punk debuted on Rampage.
Yeah.
It got over 1 million. It started really hot. I think it's around a little over 500,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
Like it's average, but Andy could pull that up. But it's just like one of those things where it's like you don't need it. Collision and Dynamite is more than enough.
Yeah. And
Yeah, I
if they
agree.
would have kept it like they had it when they first started it, where it was like special things are happening on it, like Christian when he won the title on the against Kenny Omega for the TNA title, they had that on Rampage, and that was like a big deal. I felt like.
That's the other thing. It's not like, I hate to say it. It was giving me a Sunday Night Heat vibe.
Yeah.
Like, you knew nothing really important was going to go on that show, and it wasn't going to be like the main guys. Maybe you get like one or two like upper mid carders in the main event type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then they filmed it so late. By then the crowd's dead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
you watch
filmed
it after SmackDown. Oh, you mean the people there? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like when we went to that Dynamite, we had to sit through. Well, that was when they were still doing the dark show
was
on
brutal,
YouTube,
dude.
but it was It was an extra 2-3 hours almost.
It's like I had nothing to give. There was no energy.
I know.
I was happy.
Yeah, well, it was
to be
pre-taped, so we're like, we'll watch it when it comes out.
Yeah.
I think we stayed for the first match, and I was like, we're out.
Yeah, we did.
It was going on 11:30.
And we had to drive
Yeah.
kind of far back, especially
And then
you
it was
two.
supposed- And then it was supposed to be another 2-hour show. I was like, look, I love wrestling. If you could see this room behind me, you'd be like, yeah, this guy loves wrestling. But like, I'm like, I'm wrestled out. Let's go.
Yeah.
It just dawned on me because I don't know why Tim's saying he loves wrestling. Then it dawned on me. I forgot to mention during Saturday night's main event, Chelsea Green's gear, Zack Ryder inspired with the half tight, half trunks. I didn't even know he wore that because I wasn't around that era. Watching.
I'm really hoping once my boy gets out of the feud with Jericho, that more positive things keep happening.
Well, good transition. Final battle happened. He lost.
Yes.
Bandito came out and returned right afterwards and got a concussion.
Got concussed.
Right when he returned.
He hit that drop kick, that missile drop kick, and when he landed, I was like, oh no. It looked bad.
And Danhausen returned.
Danhausen did, yeah, finally.
It just goes to show that it's crazy. You know, it's a great drop kick, but it's never. Sometimes it is, but
dude,
not
he
like a
was
move
dazed.
His head smacked so hard.
You didn't think that'd be a move that he gets so fucked up on. You know?
Yeah,
I know. And it sucked too because like he really did just return from injury, and it was like his third move that
return.
he did.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
Let's get into Collision though. Collision took place at the Hammerstein Ballroom, very famous.
That was really cool.
They had that ECW one night stand there, right? It's a very famous venue. I mean, lots of bands have played there.
This is what AEW needs to do so much more of because they
packed.
filled it. Yeah, they filled it. It's not a huge place, but it looks.
Was
cool.
Final Battle there too?
Yeah, it was the night before that.
Okay.
Yeah, but it looked cool. Like Dynamite was also in a
this,
smaller venue too.
Yep. When it looks filled, it looks like a better show, and it
yeah, you feel it too.
Unconsciously, you think.
I just want to say on record, maybe I'm biased now but I think I really like referee Bryce Remsburg. He's a really nice guy. I don't know if he ever has tuned into our show, but I know that he like knows about it. And I just want to say like I really like Bryce. He was after me and Andy's. I don't know if I already brought this up on the show, but after no, this is like serious. After me and Andy's uncle got in an accident, he actually messaged me and offered me tickets to go to. It was either Dynamite or Collision, but I was like, "Oh, that's super cool."
Oh, that's nice.
I couldn't go, but it was very nice of him.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't want to we're critical of AEW for wrestling reasons. That's nothing.
I mean, we
personal.
talk about it when it's good. We talk good about it when it's good.
Yeah. I mean, like,
when
we like joke about some of the refs, but like Bryce, I think has always been one of.
He's the best one. There.
We've never talked bad about Bryce.
No.
Yeah,
he's the best one. I mean, I think he's the best ref there.
I think so. He has like really good reactions too. Like when the refs have like reactions to the moves and what the wrestlers are doing, and I think that like actually matters during the match. And his is always really funny.
Yeah, I noticed he does like a lot of really important matches. Like he was Sting's referee a lot.
Yeah.
He refereed Punk and MJF, so he does some good stuff there. I have to pick his brain though and be like, dude, you have to be in the match for the dog collar match. He was the ref.
Oh
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy. That's sick.
Yeah.
Well, we know who he does not do Bucks matches because Bucks always have. I don't know his name. I'm not gonna call him.
That's who I was talking about.
I'm not gonna call him the nickname, but
Andy.
well, you did it, not me. All right, let's get into Collision.
I can't change the show just because I love it. We can't be that biased.
So Hammerstein Ballroom, Christmas Collision. I believe Dynamite might be there too, coming up.
I hope it is.
I think they said on the show. Opening contest: Will Ospreay versus Ricochet, 1-on-1. I think for the first time in AEW, or no, second time. The first time ended in a draw.
So, that was
in a draw. This was a Continental Classic Gold League. All right, back to what Jeremy was saying earlier. Ricochet came out to fucking booze, man.
Booze and toilet paper being thrown at him.
Why is everybody turning?
Do you think it's because of those comments when he's just like, AEW wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for me?
Yeah, it's all this stuff when he was been talking to the press and everything.
Look, great match. The match was very good, but he would do stuff and the crowd would chant, "You still suck." And I'm just like, this is crazy.
And he slipped, like he was kind of trying to do like a springboard off the top rope, and he's kind of slipped at first, and the crowd was like, "Ah!" like yelling at him because he slipped a little bit, and then he flipped off the crowd afterwards.
You have to remember what's crazy. A couple things.
He should just go heel.
Right.
Yeah.
I think he's going to, and it's going to be better for his career. But it's crazy that he left WWE for this, and then like just to be like disrespected, and then like, bro, it's crazy.
And also, this man has not gotten better at promos. Backstage, he was telling a promo, and twice during it, he ended it with "Aha!" I was like, "What the fuck is this, dude?"
Are there any of it? Do you think it could be on purpose, like this whole thing?
That could be, but like, I don't know. Andy, can you do that again? What do you do?
Dude, it was bad.
How'd it go?
I'm not doing it a third time. I'm not doing it. If anything, I'll try to find his promo, but God, dude, I was like watching. I was like, "You fucking kidding me?"
Where did that even come from?
Dude, I don't know. Like, I really have no idea.
It sounds like he tried to like say a roast at the end. He was like, "Ah!" Is that like the vibe? Is that the vibe?
Yeah, it was like, like Seth Rollins does his laugh.
Yeah,
It's
kind of like almost like a horrible version of it.
Arguably, not arguably.
Here it is. Here it is. God, dude, you ready? You ready for it?
Yeah,
I got it.
We might be 1-1 right now, but
Oh, fuck me! I just had to hit the button. All right.
Tonight it's me who hold all the cards.
Like,
I wish we had a soundboard so that we could just play that from time to time. Like tonight, it's me that has all the cards.
Yeah.
So yeah, fans are not behind Ricochet anymore. He hasn't even been there a year. It's been there.
He
like
hasn't
6
even
months,
been there
maybe.
6 months.
Yeah, not even.
You hate to see it.
So after that, we had a MJF and Adam Cole face to face. MJF, instead of wearing the Hanukkah suit this week, he wore a Christmas colors suit. And so Adam Cole came out first. MJF comes out surrounded by security. MJF said to cut his music. There's "shut the fuck up" chants. MJF says that he's frustrated because for months he's had to act like Cole was, like he's Cole's biggest enemies, even though Cole turned on him. I was like, kind of makes sense.
That's a good point.
MJF also said Cole is big. This is my favorite part. Cole has bigger enemies to worry about, including spray tanner, a crack in the floor, a gust of wind, and perhaps a cavity. He said because he's like, from what I hear, your dentist isn't seeing you anymore.
That was a good line.
And so Adam Cole, great facial expressions by Adam Cole after that line. So then MJF says that he was the greatest AEW World Champion of all time, and Cole was nothing more than a sidekick, which ate Adam Cole up on the inside. Cole wanted to be MJF and wanted the title, but the sad truth is he had plenty of chances to win the title before MJF even held it. He would go on and say, it's almost like Adam Cole isn't elite enough to become world champion. Much like that ankle of his, Adam Cole blew it. So that's why MJF doesn't buy that Cole turned on him, because he knew MJF was going to turn first. Cole was just jealous, but who could blame him? MJF says that you used to be Adam Cole, baby, but these days you're looking like a crack, baby. And then the crowd started chanting "crack, baby," which was kind of surprising.
Yeah,
that's what. That was my comment about the Ricochet thing, where you have to think the people that are not left, like there's like no one, but the people that are still watching AEW at this point are like us and others are the hardcore fans, so they know all the stuff. Like if there's something going on online, the people in the building know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
So like they're gonna react to it. So
yeah.
It's like the atmosphere is interesting.
Adam Cole got to react back to MJF, and Cole would say he feels like MJF practiced all that in front of the mirror. He said, I could talk about how you've had 2 surgeries on that fake head of hair of yours, or that he pulled some strings to get his girl hired like the politician you are, or that every single time MJF enters a room, everybody can't wait for him to leave because he's annoying. But he's not going to say all that because he's nothing like MJF, which is why their friendship was ruined. Adam Cole says that he's the longest reigning world champion in just about every other company he's gone to. And in this very building, he bled and fought for his life against Kyle O'Reilly. Adam Cole says that he regrets, but he doesn't regret, or he has regrets, but doesn't regret turning on MJF because MJF is just mad because Adam Cole beat him to it, and he did it better than him, and he knows it. He's been trying to figure out what's going on in MJF's head. He said MJF is terrified of letting people close to him because he thinks like a child. Cole says MJF knows he was going to turn, and then MJF pulled a Few Good Men. He goes, "You goddamn right I was." It's in Adam Cole's face.
Goddamn right I did. It was me, Sean.
Yeah. He said that Cole became a liability and he's a fragile little freak. When Cole exploded his ankle, he became a distraction. There's no room for distractions when it comes to retaining your championship. MJF said that last year was a fluke and Cole isn't the devil. He just beat the devil to it. But this year, the same place Cole tried to end MJF's world, he ends Cole's. It was a good promo segment. And then they would end up brawling for a little bit before getting separated.
Yeah.
A lot of shots fired.
It still doesn't feel the same as like if they would have done it, right as the angle happened. But I think they're still doing this one. At least
they're trying to salvage it.
Yeah,
I've gotten more interested with these past couple segments that they've been doing.
Yeah. I really like both of these guys, so I want this one to be a good one.
It'd be a good one. Next, we had a terrible Costco guys and Chris Jericho segment that I don't even want to talk about. Don't
I hate these
talk
guys.
about it, dude.
School guys, of course we go there. Have you seen that?
Bring the boom.
There's a meat cannon one.
Oh yeah.
Where he sells the son to Costco to get a discount on his membership. He's like, Dad. He's like, what Costco guys?
Joey Nutella recently claimed that the Costco guys are more over than Roman Reigns to casual fans.
Oh my god, that's so stupid.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
Anything for a click.
Yeah, Daniel Garcia versus Shelton Benjamin happened. Continental Classic Blue League winner Daniel Garcia. MVP and Bobby Lashley come out to attack. Mark Briscoe comes out to save, but is held back by security. When everyone's back's turned, Swerve Strickland comes out and attacks. So this feud looks like it's continuing. We had a backstage fight that spilled into the arena with Mariah May and Thunder Rosa. And then the main event was Claudio Castagnoli versus Darby Allin. Continental Classic Gold League. Claudio won by using brass knuckles. Afterwards, Ospreay would come out to ensure that Claudio does not attack after the match. Bum, bum, bum. That's all for AEW this week until we get into the World's End predictions. But let's get into Raw, which started off hot. Hot with CM Punk. CM Punk opened up the show. So hot. Yeah. Was this the promo when Seth, or he acted like Seth Rollins? He's like, he's gonna come out here, he's gonna do his laugh and his walk.
Yeah, his ha ha, whatever he did.
I'm more like CM junk food over here.
CM junk, Jesus. So Tim, you had texted me about this promo and said that you loved it, that it reminded you.
It reminded me of the old days. There was, I mean, God, I know that it's played up, but there's some tension there. I really,
if there's not, they're definitely like selling it very well and making it feel believable.
Yeah,
or they're right on the line, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like now the reality-based storylines, the kind of shoot style, like I feel like that's kind of how promos are now. But it reminded me back to when, even though the storyline was like super, the guys in real life were like good friends or whatever, it just felt like more real kind of thing.
Brett and Sean.
Well, there was real animosity there. Edge and Matt Hardy had animosity. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, but I don't know. Something about it just reminded. It felt like a throwback.
So we are getting this match on the Raw Netflix, which is, you know what, I'm fine with it now. That's gonna be a huge show, dude.
That's like a pay-per-view.
Cena will be there. We should talk about Cena. He's doing
The Rock.
He cleared his 2025 schedule to do a full-time run. Full-time. Dude looks jacked. I saw what he looks like right now. He's doing a full-time run. He's jacked.
He's back to being jacked.
Cena Nation.
Cena
live and in living color.
Nation. Is he gonna get the high and tight?
Dude, I hope. Hope he's wearing the jorts.
He has to.
High and tight. I would love to go to a WWE show this year and see Cena one final time.
We have to.
There's an old Colt Cabana clip that I loved in The Art of Wrestling where he said the only time he ever interacted with John Cena was he saw him getting a haircut behind the scenes, and he walked up to him and he said, the old high and tight. And then apparently just Cena just stared at him. And that was it.
That must have been when he was an extra or something, or doing a dark match.
He was he's called Scotty Goldman. He was like
right.
He was on.
Can you imagine you walk up to someone and be like, the high and tight, and they just stare at you, and you're like, all right.
So this Punk Rollins stuff, do you think it should be the final match of the night on the Raw Netflix? Dude, it's gotta.
What else would have happened on it? Like,
I don't know, but like now I'm like, well, how's Punk gonna get this WrestleMania main event? I did see that there was talks of possibly Roman versus Punk at Mania, but
for the title or just
I don't know.
Fight. Because it won't be the main event.
If Roman's in it, he'll be the main event at one of the nights. It's all Punk wants, man. He just wants that main event spot.
Give my man his main event.
Give the man the spot.
I hope he gets night 2.
Oh yeah.
I'm fine with either night. Just give him one of
them. Some quotes from the night from the segment were Punk saying, "Just because you grew up idolizing me, putting on a pair of wrestling boots does not make you CM Punk." Though there is that thing I sent y'all where a lot of similarities from their career.
Yeah.
I will say that. Punk also said, "You belong in the audience with the rest of the CM Punk fans." This is when Seth came out in the audience and was standing there. And my favorite part, which set Punk off, is this fan. He's got more WrestleMania main events than you ever will, and that's a fact, Phil.
Punk was like, "Fuck,"
and then Punk was like, "Fuck this." It feels such a funny name to me, and calling CM Punk Phil is hilarious.
I know. He doesn't feel like a Phil.
No.
See, I loved when they started fighting in the audience. That was the part where I was like, "Yeah, old school." This feels like when Triple H and Austin used to like go at it, or like
yeah.
So we have one more Raw
until Netflix.
We have two more Raws. Two more Raws until
no, it's one more.
No, it's the 6th. So tomorrow's the 23rd.
Oh, you're right. So it's 2.
And then it'd be the 30th. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
So 2 more weeks.
I forgot today Sunday.
Until that. Yeah. That's why we don't have it on right now. Continuing on, though, tension with the Judgment Day, mainly Finn backstage. If you'd listen to Finn, you win. Isn't that what he keeps saying? And then they're saying it to him sarcastically now.
Mm-hmm.
Rey Mysterio would stop the New Day from entering the locker room. They can't understand why people are mad at them after the Big E promo.
Did speaking of Rey Mysterio, did you guys see that? Was it Rey Mysterio Sr. passed away this weekend?
No, I did not.
No.
Yeah.
That was his uncle, right?
Yeah, his uncle. Yeah. Because
the original, I forget sometimes he used to go by Rey Mysterio Jr. and then WWE just had Rey Mysterio, but WCW was Rey Mysterio Jr., wasn't
he? Yeah.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio Sr. was only 66.
Oh, that's sad.
We should also talk about.
Gee whiz, he must have been pretty young when he retired.
Yeah.
Because if Ray took over the moniker in like 95 or 4,
which is over what, a little more than 20, 30 years.
Yeah, he was like late 30s.
Yeah.
Before I forget,
back then late 30s was old as fuck for some reason.
That's true.
Now I'm almost there.
Yeah, you're like, now they wrestle till they're 50.
I'm like, bro, I ain't retiring anytime
soon.
Before I forget, which show showed the teaser for a new superstar coming? Was that Saturday night's main event? Or was that Raw?
I think it was Saturday night.
And the rumor is that it's Penta.
Yeah.
They showed a red 0 and then a line like the Under Oath symbol going through it. Remember how he always goes?
I think
0,
Penta would do really well with Triple H in charge there.
I hope so. What I think is going to happen, though, they're going to pair him to go against a foreign guy like Rey Mysterio or an Andrade or Shinsuke.
It's not Vince, though. This ain't Vince. Give him a shot. I think his character could be cool not just being a generic...
I'm glad he's going to the main roster.
Where they just make him fight luchadors all the time.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm afraid of.
But
they had Andrade go up against fucking Santos Escobar forever when he first got there.
Yeah, that's right.
My thing is, like, what if he didn't talk? What if he...
Well, he only speaks Spanish, too. He doesn't really speak that much English.
Nothing wrong with that.
They just pair him up with the LWO. My nightmare.
What if they... Because it's a really cool-looking character. What if he, like, had that, a manager that talked for him that was also creepy, and he was like, I don't know, like he was like more of like the silent, like, character rather than just
almost like the luchador Aleister Black would be really cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, like a spooky vibe.
Now Ray
bring over was this guy's name who talked for him in AEW?
Alex,
whatever the guy's name is.
I think it's Alex something. Not Alex Marquez, but I think his name was Alex as well.
I think that's what it is.
Now, Rey Fenix, because of all of his multiple injuries, I'm pretty sure his contract is, like, extended for a minute.
Yeah. Because he was out for at least over a year combined with all the injuries, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So moving forward, Liv Morgan and Dominic are out there for a promo. Rhea Ripley is revealed to be the #1 contender. And I believe that's going to happen as well. At the Raw Netflix taping. Zoe Stark would defeat Raquel Rodriguez and Kaden Carter in the Women's Intercontinental Tournament. We had Drew McIntyre and Sami Zayn brawling backstage. Miz would try to escape from Karrion Kross in the Final Testament, but that is not happening. And really happy to see this, man. The crowd has now really gotten behind them. I don't know if it happened mid-match or it was slowly, but they were really hyped for this win. The War Raiders defeated Finn and JD and became the new tag team champions. They're back to their NXT gimmick,
Yeah, it's so much better.
Yeah. Triple H. There's an interview with Ivar, I believe, and I think it was with Chris Van. Is it Vliet?
Chris
Vliet.
Van Vliet.
Yeah, and he was saying that Triple H a while ago came to them. It's let's slowly peel back from this so much Viking stuff, and then over time is little by little, and now they're back to. Well, they also don't have the name Viking even in their name.
Yeah,
anymore.
So
they're just War Raiders, which they used to be War Machine, but
yeah, that's much better.
So that was Raw, new tag team champions. Then on SmackDown, the Bloodline would open up the show, in which Drew McIntyre would interrupt. He's been basically hunting down every member, except for CM Punk so far, and Roman that was in the War Games match. During this promo, let me see if I can find anything from it. He said he hasn't forgotten about what happened to him at Clash of the Castle, that it was Solo Sikoa, who I believe cost him it. And I think he said it's only a matter of time till he goes after him.
Yeah. The last, I don't know, I felt 5 or 6 Roman matches as champion, Solo saved him almost every single time.
Yeah. I think, how many times did they face each other? There's a couple.
Yeah, but I'm saying overall, Solo interfered in a lot of those matches.
Yeah. Let's see, as I continue on, Solo would say, I'm going to make this quick because it makes me physically sick to be this close to you and not beat you within an inch of your life. That's what Drew ended up telling Solo Sikoa. But towards the end of the promo, Jimmy Uso would come out from behind on crutches and attack Drew McIntyre, who I believe the week before attacked him. You got to remember, we didn't talk about everything that happened last week.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to remember. The Bloodline would have a triple threat match right after this, or not triple threat match, a 6-man tag, 3 men on each team. Bloodline consisting of Solo, Tama Tonga, and Jacob Fatu, defeating LA Knight, Apollo Crews, and Andrade. This is partially due to interference by Shinsuke to LA Knight. We had a pre-taped promo from Kevin Owens, still trying to basically be the good guy in all this. I did not get a chance. Yeah, I did not. He said, what happened after Saturday night's main event was not my fault. He discussed that his attack on Cody Rhodes after the show went off air. He said, what happens next is all on you. Or is on all of you, as in us, the fans.
Yeah.
I did not get a chance to watch the press conference for the Netflix stuff. Did you, Jeremy?
That was pretty good. I saw a little.
Is there anything you want to talk about? That I only saw the quick clip of Punk and Rollins.
Yeah, that was probably the best part.
But
yeah,
I heard Gunther was hilarious. Logan Paul saying he's going to go after him.
Yeah. I forgot. I didn't see much.
Saying
Gunther.
He'll beat the bricks off of Logan.
Yeah. I feel like Gunther actually would, even in real,
Kevin Owens did look at the camera during that, I saw, and said something about a moveset, which is in reference to the Punk comment.
Yeah, Punk reference.
He looks at the camera and says, I have the best moveset.
When Punk was like, don't say moveset.
Isn't Punk referencing a tweet from Hangman, though?
Yeah, that's what everyone's saying, at least. That he is. It never ends. The beef never ends, man. But I got to go back and watch that just for my own sake. We had a fucking terrible Grayson Waller effect with Braun Strowman, who came out in a Santa outfit. Carmelo Hayes comes out and says that he wasn't ready for the match against Braun last week, but he's ready now. They would end up having a match in which Carmelo Hayes would secure a win over Braun Strowman. Then we had Johnny Gargano against Alex Shelley, which never lived up to what it could. Johnny Gargano would end up defeating him. I feel like the match should have been better, but it never really got into gear.
Yeah.
But I do like heel Gargano, heel Ciampa right now.
They're back to also the NXT ways a little bit.
Yeah. Bianca Belair and Naomi in the main event took on Nia Jax and Candice LeRae, in which they would officially become tag team champions after Jade having to relinquish her title. Naomi teamed up with Bianca to secure those for this new team. I'm starting to think Naomi is the one that attacked Jade.
I was saying that when the first happened. Yeah.
Well, they both were already in the War Games match, so I was like, it's not like she tried to take her spot, but maybe it's for the tag team titles.
Have you guys heard the rumor that Jade and Bianca do not like each other in real life, and they're
really?
And they're not stoked on this whole partnership.
Dang, no, I did not.
Yeah.
Well,
see if I can find anything really.
I think
quick.
they seemed like they were friends like before, like when they first were doing it, but I don't know if that was real or not then.
According to Coachman, there's tension between the two and they do not like each other. Damn! Jonathan Coachman saying it.
Yeah, but what the fuck's the coach now? I am the coach.
It is interesting though if that is true. It's John Coachman that said it. So there's no one else here.
He's the only. Yeah, we don't want to blame.
He's the only source I'm saying. All
right.
Well,
so
we'll see then.
So according to the coach.
The coach.
All right. So let's end the show with World's End predictions. World's End is this coming Saturday. And so this is going to sound confusing when it comes to what they're doing with the Continental Classic matches here. So there's going to be 3 matches of the Continental Classic, all right? There's going to be the Blue League winner versus the Gold League runner-up. Then there's going to be the Blue League runner-up versus the Gold League winner. And the winner of those 2 matches are going to face in the finals.
There's the final on Saturday?
That's also on, yeah.
Okay.
So right now, in the lead... Tied in the league on Gold League is Ricochet and Claudio.
Okay.
All right. And tied in the Blue League is Kyle Fletcher and Mark Briscoe. So let's just say those are the 4 names that it could come down to 2 and 2. Who do you think it comes down to? So you got Kyle Fletcher, Mark Briscoe, Ricochet, and Claudio.
Well, Ricochet, and I guess you need a face, so then
Kyle
Mark
Fletcher.
Briscoe.
Oh, okay.
Kyle Fletcher's he's a heel.
No, he's a heel. I want Kyle Fletcher to win the whole thing.
Yeah, but then wouldn't Ospreay need to be up there, though, because he could face Fletcher again?
So Ospreay is on the Gold League, and right now he stands at 6. He needs another one to tie for 9. But we still have Dynamite to get to.
Yeah.
So
I'm just thinking, if Claudio loses and then ties with, I don't know, Ospreay.
This is the first time I finally understand the Continental Classic because I've had to write everything down.
Yeah. So then they'll be tied on points, and then they have to go to some other difference to see who comes in second.
So who's your pick?
Ricochet.
Ricochet to win the whole thing?
Yeah.
Okay, Tim. Ricochet, Briscoe, Claudio, or Kyle Fletcher?
Kyle Fletcher.
All right. Mariah May versus Thunder Rosa Women's World Championship match in a Tijuana street fight.
Mariah May.
Say Mariah May.
I don't feel like Thunder Rosa has any momentum.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, which is a shame because she used to.
Yeah.
Then we have Konosuke Takeshita versus Powerhouse Hobbs International Championship. I think Takeshita retains.
Takeshita still, yeah.
Now we get to the... actually, there's 2 more matches. I forgot to write one down. MJF versus Adam Cole for the Dynamite Diamond Ring. Does MJF win it for the 5th year in a row?
I think Adam Cole has to win this one. Does that mean the story's over then between them?
I don't know, man. I'm going Adam Cole. Tim?
I'm going Adam Cole. Hopefully it ends there.
Adam Cole, MJF.
MJF.
Damn. Just have to be different, don't you?
No,
and then the main event.
What I'm doing here is getting stuff ready for the classic show of the week. So keep her going.
Well, the last match to talk about is the main event. Is for the AEW World Championship. It'll be Jon Moxley versus Orange Cassidy versus Jay White versus Hangman Adam Page. Now, as much as I want Jay White to be the champion, I don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's not.
I think Moxley fucking retains.
Yeah. So, is there anything more to this Moxley story then? Like, what? Like, is there something that can move along with it? Because it's kind of been the same thing.
I don't know. Who do you got though for the winner?
Yeah, I got Moxley as well.
Yeah, they're not taking it off of it's Moxley.
Well, that's episode 158. Tim's going to take us out with a classic show of the week then. Next week we'll be talking about World's End because it will have happened.
So what I was actually doing for the last couple of minutes was looking through this best of Saturday night's main event 3-disc DVD set, and I was looking at some of the matches that would have been cool just because, we're in the theme of everything that's going on. So actually, here's a it's worth looking up. It's March 18th and then July 15th, each from 2006. So that's March 18th and July 15th. So the March 18th one has Shawn Michaels versus Shane McMahon in a street fight. And that's Saturday night's main event. They brought it back for like a couple of special things. And
what year is this?
2006.
So they brought. I was gonna say like Shane McMahon didn't come till later when Shawn was retired. So how would it have to have been around that time?
You got Randy Orton versus Brooke Hogan.
What?
Yeah, that was a storyline. It's
another classic Vince idea.
This is from the July 15th show. 5-on-2 handicap elimination match. DX versus the Spirit Squad. And then this is the best match on the July 15th show. Main event was Edge versus John Cena versus the WWE Championship. So I think that'd be a cool show to watch. So that's the July 15th Saturday night's main event. Keep it in the theme of the show. Hey, happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas if you celebrate. Everybody, we will see you. When are we coming back? Are we back on regular schedule next week?
Yep.
All right. We'll be back on schedule. We'll see you again for episode 160 or 159. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right.